It was cold. All of the animals had a meeting. Oh, it's so cold this winter, and there's nothing to keep us warm. If only we had fire. Oh, you only know, the only ones who've got the fire are the weasels. The weasels, they keep their fire in the heart of the forest. We can't have fire. The weasels won't let anyone else get the fire. They've got such sharp teeth and they attack anyone who comes near. Will you go, Rat? Will you go and steal the fire from the weasels? Oh no, said Rat. They'll catch me, and they'll kill me, and they'll eat me. I won't go, said Fish. Nor will I, said Bird. And the animals couldn't agree. We'd just have to stay cold. But then, hopping along, there came Rabbit. And Conejo, he said, well, you know, I'm not afraid of the weasels. The weasels, they dance around their fire every night, ever since the thunder god sent it down with the lightning into the sycamore tree. They dance around their fire every night. But I can dance better than the weasels. I can sing better too. And I can play on my guitar. I will steal the fire from the weasels if you'll help me. And the animals agreed. Well, Conejo made for himself a beautiful headdress from feathers, turkey feathers, and he fixed them on his head with tar. And now, with that beautiful headdress of feathers, Conejo set off through the trees until he came to the heart of the forest. And there it was night, and the weasels had made a big bonfire. And the weasels were dancing on their hind legs around the bonfire. And as they danced, they leant back, and then they leant forward towards the flames. And then they danced again, singing, no one can have our fire, the fire is only for us. Well, Conejo bounded into the place, and he said, weasels, weasels, I'm going to dance with you. Away with you, Rabbit, they said. We don't want you here, the fire's for us, we know your tricks. Oh, said Conejo, but look at my beautiful headdress, and see how I can dance. And with me, I have brought my guitar. And Conejo, he began to dance around the fire. Well, the weasels were amazed at how beautiful he danced around the fire, dancing high and low. And as he dipped, the weasels couldn't resist. They followed Conejo around the fire, dancing with him. And as he danced, he sang. Bamba la bamba, bamba la bamba, bamba la bamba, bamba la bamba. Well, all of the weasels followed Conejo around the fire as he dipped towards the flames and then stepped back so elegantly. He hopped forward and went back, and the weasels tried to do the same, but they couldn't do it as well as Conejo. And he continued to sing as he went around the fire. Ba-la-la-la-bamba, ba-la-la-la-bamba, se necesita un poco de gracia, un poco de gracia por mi porti, y arriba. Well, the animals danced faster and faster, and the weasels began to sing as well. Can you sing after me? Bam, ba-la-bamba, everybody. Bam, ba-la-bamba, bam. Bam, ba, bamba. 1, 2. Bam, ba, bamba. Bam, ba, bamba. And he danced around and around. But now you know what he did. Conejo, he bent so far forward towards the flames that the feathers on his head caught on fire. And they began to blaze, a fiery crown. And as soon as they were on fire, Conejo, with a hop and a skip, was away. Well, the weasels stopped dead in their tracks. Oh, Conejo, he's stolen our fire! After him! And the weasels came running between the trees. But Conejo was quick, carrying his blazing crown of feathers between the trees. Oh, but the weasels kept on coming. They surged forward in numbers. in mass, and they wouldn't give up, for they wanted to take the fire back for themselves. No one else could have our fire. The fire is ours. Conejo was getting tired now, and the weasels were still coming. Conejo said, "Oh, Crow, Crow, with your beautiful white feathers, come and take my crown of fire. We must escape from the weasels." The Crow beat his white wings, and down he flew and took the blazing crown on his head. And Crow flew off between the trees, but the weasels didn't give up. They carried on chasing. They chased Crow as Crow flew from branch to branch of the tree. But now the burning feathers were dropping ash, and the ash fell all over White Crow's feathers. And his wings and his tail and his head changed, and they became black. And that's why crows are black. Well, Crow, who was now black, carried that feather-burning crown on his head. But now Crow was getting tired, and the fire was burning low. There wasn't much feather left. And he cried out, "Oh, Turkey, 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 come and take the fire crown from my head. With your beautiful head of feathers, come." Well, Turkey came gobbling between the trees, and Crow flew down and put the crown of burning feathers on Turkey's head. And Turkey started running between the trees, but the weasels were still coming. And the weasels, "Give us back our fire!" Turkey changed direction, switching from left to right and back again, and dashing between the trees. And now the fire had caught Turkey's own beautiful head feathers, and they were blazing, and all the feathers around his head and neck were burning off, until there was just a few sparks. And that's why turkeys are bald. If you have a look at a turkey, it's got no feathers on its head, none at all, because they all burnt off in the chase away from the weasels. And Turkey gobble, 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 he said, "Dear, dear, the fire's nearly gone. Dear, dear, with your big, bushy, long tail, come and take the fire." And Deer ran so fast, and Deer took the fire, so his long, bushy tail became flaming and beautiful. And Deer ran swiftly and elegantly. Well, the weasels tried to catch the deer, but the deer was too fast. And Deer ran away with his blazing tail, and the weasels gave up, and they turned back to where they had come from. At least we still got our fire. Even though they've got some now, they stole our fire. Don't like it. Well, Deer ran on swift-footed, but by the time Deer got to where all the animals were meeting, his beautiful long bushy tail had burned away, and all he had left was a little bit of tail. Well, with the fire, they burned wood, and they had a wonderful time. But the weasels were jealous, and the weasels danced a nasty dance. They danced so that the thunder gods would send down their rain. And the thunder gods made it rain. It came down, pouring down, heavier rain than you can ever imagine. A great deluge. It went on for 3 days and 3 nights. And at the end of the deluge, you know what happened to the fire? All of the animals gathered. The fire was out. It was just steam. Oh, we got the fire and we've lost it. And the weasels have still got theirs. Oh, rat. Oh, turkey. Oh, deer. Oh, crow. Oh, fish. Oh, bird. We haven't got fire. But who came bounding in? Conejo the rabbit. And he said, "Don't worry, my friends. I hid some dry wood in my burrow. Come and help me." And they took the dry wood and they made a new bonfire. "You know," said Conejo, "because of you running with the fire and flying with the fire, all of the fire has gone into the wood of the forest. And from now on, all wood has fire in it. I'll show you." And Conejo got 2 dry sticks and he rubbed them together so fast that a spark flew. And he lit the bonfire, and they danced and they danced and they danced. and they had fire to keep them warm through the winter. And as they danced, they sang with Conejo, who danced the best of all. And they sang, bam ba la bam ba, bam ba la bam ba, bam ba la bam ba, bam ba la bam ba la bam ba, ba la bam ba. Se necesita un poco de gracia, un poco de gracia por si por mí, y arriba y arriba. That is how the creatures got the fire.